Iranian state media says that explosions were just reported on Iran's Kharg island. This is where 90% of Iran's oil exports are processed. We have not yet confirmed this with Israeli or American sources, but again, Iranian state media says that explosions were just reported on Iran's Kharg island.
Kharg island just got hit. That's 90% of Iran's oil exports. The Pentagon called it its military targets only. I'm going to tell you what that actually means and why the oil terminal might be next. Kharg island is getting hit right now. United States forces are striking Iran's most valuable piece of real estate on the planet. And the timing is no accident. Trump's deadline to reopen the Strait of Hormuz expires tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And the bombs are already falling before the clock even runs out. Here's what Kharg Island actually is. This tiny little piece of coral rock, 20 miles off the Iranian coast, barely the size of a third of Manhattan, handles 90% of Iran's oil exports. 90%. Every barrel Iran sells to China, every dollar that funds the IRGC, every weapon they ship to their proxies, it all flows through Kharg Island. You cut off Kharg Island, you don't just hurt the regime, you starve it. And Trump has wanted this moment for almost 40 years. He told The Guardian, one bullet shot at one of our men or ships, I'd do a number on Kharg Island. That was 38 years ago in that interview. He's president now and the bombs are dropping. But here's the question nobody can answer right now. Does this stop at airstrikes? Because there are 2 Marine expeditionary units already in the Persian Gulf. The 82nd Airborne is moving into position. Trump has publicly said, and I'm not paraphrasing, maybe we take Kharg Island. Maybe we don't. White House sources are telling Axios boots on the ground is under serious consideration. One source put it bluntly, take the island, cut off their money, use it as a bargaining chip to force Iran to the table. The IRGC is promising to cut off regional oil and gas supplies for years if we cross that line. Oil is already sitting at about $113, $114 a barrel right now. Gas at the pump is up 39% since this conflict started. So the real question this morning isn't whether Kharg burns, it's whether American boots end up on that beach and what happens to the regime when their money runs out. Stay with me. We're watching this in real time. So you see here, this is an image of Kharg Island smoking, smoke billowing out. Apparently the targets have been bunkers. They're hitting Kharg Island bunkers, radar station, ammunition storage. They're leaving the docks untargeted right now. That's just news coming out. But I am under the assumption that the president is putting the pressure on this island right now because of this looming deadline tonight, this 8 p.m. deadline Eastern time. And I think that's exactly what needs to happen. You can see the location. Kharg Island's just across the water from Kuwait, probably about 150 miles across there. It is the absolute pearl of what they want. And this attack, we knew it was going to happen. We knew that the president wanted to put real pressure on the Iranian regime, and the only pressure that they understand is intimidation, is power. That's what the Iranians, that's what most of the Middle East understands. And right now, that's exactly what they're getting. They are getting basically what they've been doing to the rest of the world, leveraging the Strait of Hormuz with these $2 million bounties coming through. You can see more footage here coming out of Kharg Island. The smoke is billowing. This is more of what's yet to come. And I don't think Trump is going to take his foot off the gas right now. The United States holds all of the cards. We control the airways. We control the water. And it seems like the only thing Iran really controls is their own destiny. The president has made no qualms about it, that he is not going to allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. And I don't believe he's going to allow Iran to control the world's economy anymore.
Iranian state media says that explosions were just reported on Iran's Kharg Island. This is where 90% of Iran's oil exports are processed. We have not yet confirmed this with Israeli or American sources, but again, Iranian state media says that explosions were just reported on Iran's Kharg Island.
I don't believe we have any doubt right now. We know what the president's intentions are. We know exactly what he wants to do.
Breaking news to bring you now from Iranian state media saying that explosions have been reported on Kharg Island. This is according to the Iranian semi-official Mer news agency, saying that explosions reported in Kharg Island, saying that the enemy has carried out multiple attacks on Kharg Island and the sound of several explosions has been heard on the island.
Now, this guy from Sky News sounds really excited, but this is a multiple reports. We've got Sky News, we got Fox News, not the best news, but they are reporting exactly what we knew, that this was happening. This is an image here. Reuters is now confirming it. U.S. strikes military targets on Iran's Kharg Island. U.S. officials say these are some of the bunkers and the ammunition storage that is on the island. And I'm not sure what you think about this or what your opinion is on targeting their lifeline, targeting what funds their entire regime. But I believe that the president is making no qualms about this.
Well, if Kharg Island is being struck heavily, and it sounds as if it might be being, then that's
Several strikes.
Yeah, I mean, that immediately puts Iran into a deep crisis because, as you said, it accounts for 90%.
Look at the location here. Kuwait, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Kharg Island is basically right here. So you see all of these neighboring countries are now turning against the Iranians because of how much retaliation that they have lashed out at their own neighbors, people they would have called allies, and they're not anymore.
Of all of their oil transit. So everything goes, 90% of it goes to and from Kharg Island. We've got all the, you can see on the map there, it's not far offshore. No. It's basically, it's a deep water port in effect.
There's two jetties on.
So you can see here the infrastructure on Kharg Island. This is real-time marine traffic. There are 0 ships right now anchored or receiving oil off of Kharg Island. You can. This is real-time live marine traffic. There are no ships taking on oil on that island right now. And this explains why. Because of the airstrikes on the island. And you can see the oil depots here and how long before one of those is hit. Kharg Island is the jewel of the Iranian government. I'm not sure what your opinion is of this. I'd love to see it down below. This is happening in real time. Donald Trump is turning up the heat, turning up the volume, especially after what happened with the downed F-15E pilot that was being hunted like an animal by the Iranian government, offering $60,000 bounty for him. And now Trump is going to leverage what we have. And we have the United States military, we have air dominance, we have sea dominance, we have boots on the ground ready to roll there in the Middle East. They're probably in Bahrain, but this is happening. And we're going to stand by. We're going to live stream tonight for this deadline to see exactly what the president says. We'll be here live tonight, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern, to see exactly what unfolds. Godspeed and God bless America.